access. There are two type of accesses. Anyone wanna try? Reflected, and second one is tell stored. Right now, why accesses? What is accesses actually? So, in simple word, you can understand there are some kind of code, right? For example, I have created some JavaScript code, right? JavaScript code. I've created some JavaScript code which will takes user cookies and right, which will takes user cookies and send to attacker or hacker, right? It will take user cookies and will send to hacker. I've created this particular JavaScript, right? JavaScript, for example. Now, in XSS, what attacker will do, suppose this is website, for example, and there are lots of things. There are search field, right? There are field to enter our email address, login field. So many fields are there. Comments, right? Comments area also there. So attacker will find a place where he can put that particular code, right? Malicious code. Suppose in search field, if attacker is able to enter or able to put that particular code, so he will anyhow he will try to insert that malicious code in the area, any area. It can be search field, it can be password field or login ID, email, any field. He'll try to insert this particular malicious code which is written in JavaScript, right? And then suppose if he is able to insert that particular code in this area, right? And if this is if reflecting in the website, for example, in Google, right? In any website, let's say go to cyber.com, for example, right? Cyber Academy. Now just I am just typing here Aman, right? I just typed here Aman, and you can see Aman somewhere. Are you able to find Aman? You can see you in the URL, right? Just check for right click disable. So go to cyber. Cyber. See now if I search for Aman, see, are you able to see Aman somewhere in the website? I've searched for Aman. See, Aman is reflecting here, right? How we can check? We can just go to view page source, right? And just find Aman. If it is reflecting in the code, right? It is reflecting where? Here, search title, here. So many places it is reflecting, right? Here. See, that means whenever we type anything and it is reflecting in the web page source, that means that this particular website might be vulnerable. Go to contact to us. Yeah, this particular website might be vulnerable to XSS vulnerability, right? Because it is reflecting here. Now, let's check for any example. So for that, we can go to testphp.com. Yeah. So see, suppose this is any website, right? So just I'll type here Aman and let's see. And you can see Aman is reflecting here, right? That means whatever we can type, whatever we are going to type or insert, that is reflecting in the page. So there might be possible there is a chance of only mobile number are available to contact. So there might be chance that this particular website is you can say vulnerable to accesses. So for that, very first what we can try, we can just try to simple provide some script here, right? It's a simple script, right? Simple JavaScript, and I'm just putting simple JavaScript here, and let's see. You see hacked, right? So just copy this thing, and if you will open this particular URL in any website, right? Any browser, sorry. So let's see. I'm just going to open this website in this browser. So it is working. No, why it is not working? script. Yeah. See, this is working here. So let's try again in the next page. It's not working. Yeah. But it should work. Even if it is not working, then you can also report this particular website, right? Why? See, this is executing XSS. But the thing is, in most of the website, it is very difficult to find XSS by just simple putting the script alert one. Why? I'll tell after second example, right? So second example for XSS, let me check. Yeah, okay. I've shown one example from Nokia.com, right? So another example can be for this one, Seagate. How many of you are aware about Seagate? Do you know Seagate company? Yeah, I reported this particular website. So just enter here and let's see whether it is working. See, alert. So here also XSS is executing, right? This is URL. So just you need to copy URL and send to any attacker, any victim, and if he'll click on that URL, then your random or your just whatever script you just inserted that will execute. That's the whole funda behind XSS. Now another is stored XSS, right?
So I just wanted
Mhm.
to ask one thing.
Yeah,
So you just executed this script on a different website, and it is working on the entire browser, no matter which
yeah,
website you are looking at.
yeah. What was your question? Can you please again?
So I was just asking, like, you executed this JavaScript code on Volna website, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
But now you're opening Seagate's website, and you are, getting this prompt on there that yes, this code has been executed,
yeah.
even on Seagate's
Because
website.
yeah, no, it's not this particular code. I've already reported this particular, you can say URL previously, right?
Okay,
So I
okay,
just
all right.
copied this URL from my previous notes. So whenever you open this particular URL, see, it will execute accesses. And I have one URL from TripAdvisor also. Just give me 1 minute. Let me check. TripAdvisor. Have anyone got any access from TripAdvisor? No. 1 second. Yeah. One more Western Union money transfer, right? So here you can see HTML injection, right? So like when I click here, might be possible you can see this is HTML injection. I just inserted HTML code here. All the injections are attacks are same, right? So you can see this is Western Union money transfer website, and see they're saying you have been hacked. So you can do some manipulation in the code, right? So as per your convenience, as per your attacking scenario, you can write any code. I'll show you one again
Uh,
website. Yeah.
just wanted to ask one thing, like, how do we
Mm.
create these scripts, or how do we create these you know,
Script.
codes? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. For that, what you can do, just you need to understand basic script JavaScript, right? So that's not too much difficult. You need to spend almost 2 to 3 hours. You will be able to understand basic script. But the thing is, nowadays most of the basic scripts are not executing. Why? Because most of the website are using firewalls. They have web application firewall that will check for every input, right? Every request which is having such kind of script and all. So for that
Mhm.
there are multiple scripts. Let's say for example XSS, you can say cheat sheet, right? You can download from different areas, like for example GitHub. Yeah, XSS vector cheat sheet. So let's GitHub. You can see different scripts are there, right? So what you can do, you can create your own library. So here you can see almost see script image. So let's say for example you just create you just copy everything from here, right? And put this thing in your local machine and create a dictionary of all the XSS script. Now what you can do, just for quick checking, go to any website and find the vulnerable parameter. That parameter you need to find. by manually. How you can find vulnerable parameter? Very simple. Just for example, let's say this was your website. Uh, okay. Anywhere, if you write anything, and if it is reflecting somewhere, right, that means it's vulnerable parameter. It might get be vulnerable by the XSS. So just you got your vulnerable parameter here. See, STFF, you are able to find. No, it is not reflecting there, but it is reflecting here. Right. So what you can do, just type here, right, something, and 1 second, go to another. Yeah, okay. So for example, just type here, right, and use proxy. Open your website, use proxy. Type anything in vulnerable parameter. Go to Burp Suite. Go to proxy, and from start on intercept and go. Right. Then see, this is your vulnerable parameter. See, right. So what we can do, we can just try to insert different things here, different script here. How? Just right click and go to intruder. Right, intruder. And remember yesterday's session. So just clear everything and set this thing, right, this thing, sorry, yeah, this thing, yeah, okay. So this is our place where we want to check different scripts. So just adding this thing here, so it's get added. Now go to payload, and in payload what you can do, you can just simple load your file here. So if you have any file, right, you can load from there. So you can create file just like 1 second. Yeah, so you can create file from, where is that particular browser? Yeah, you can create file, right, copy all these things and paste in your system, and just create that file. And after creating that file, just open that file here, so everything will be available. Otherwise you can also type it like Aman, right, Dubey. You can write your own script here, right, script, whatever you want. Alert. Okay, so this is your script. Okay, so just add everything here. Now what you can do, just yeah, everything has been enabled. Okay, now
So we
attack.
can
Yeah,
also paste all the things that you copied from the GitHub
yeah,
repository,
correct. You can also paste
right?
everything. Yeah, correct. You
So
can
that
also
would work.
paste.
Whichever works,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that would
whichever
work.
works. Yeah, you can load that thing. You can paste everything. You can create. You can add anything manually, right? So if you have anything, if you suppose you are good in JavaScript, so you can write your own code here. Just start
So
attack.
this is a higher level bug, right? This is
Yeah,
not a low level bug.
yeah,
And
correct.
so far I have realized that not in every bug we need Burp Suite. It's just for
Yeah,
some
yeah,
particular
correct.
bugs.
Correct. Even in XSS also, I'll explain some more example of XSS with the help of some script. So you do not need to use Verb Suite.
And what's the main difference between intruder and repeater?
Yeah, 1 second, I'll explain. Let me finish this.
Okay.
So for example, yeah, see, this is the script that was executing at backend, right? Remember? Script, that is the correct script that was executed. So here you can see most of the things are same, right? Length, if you filter this by the term of length, so you can see this particular thing is having more length, 5011, right? And all the other things are almost around 499, right? 499 almost. So might be possible, just you need to filter everything. If you have so many, you can say so many um, scripts, so might be we have just used four, there might be possible there are 1,000 or 10,000. So just you need to filter as per length, right? So just filter as per length. So see, you can see 5011 top side, right? So just what you can do, just copy this thing and show response in browser, right? Just copy this thing and open your browser. Where is browser? Okay, here. See, this is executing, right? So that's how we find the bugs. Understood? Any question here? No? Shall we move further? Okay. So we are coming to your second question, difference between intruder and repeater. So basically intruder we use, so intruder, one more time. Okay, 1 second. So basically why we use intruder exactly, whenever we want to use any kind of, you can say, brute force type of attack, right? So suppose this is request and you want to modify here, right? You need to check so many things here. For example, you have checklist like for XSS, right? It's impossible for me to check each and every payload manually. So in that case, we can use Intruder. What we can do, just select the place where we want to insert different payload or script and execute the attack, right? So one more time, so again I'm explaining. So just I have checked for the position, right? For such position, and just go to payload and just insert your payload here. Script, we can use some more script, right? Let's say for example this thing, also I'm copying this thing, copy. See, this will also execute this to execute. So I have did everything here and just start attack. It is working, and now you can see two, see, 1 second, yeah, last thing, last two script, this one and script this one having highest length here. So that means might be possible this is executing somewhere. So just for this one, just copy here, click here and right click and just go to show response in browser. Click here, you will get a link, just copy here, and for checking just go to your browser. Not every browser, no, not other browser, just go to your browser where Burp Suite has enabled, right? So just paste it there and you can see it is executing, right? That means it is vulnerable, it is executing in browser. So that's how we check for XSS. Now, yeah, coming to repeater. So why we use repeaters? Let's say for example we have something, suppose we have this thing. What we can do, we can just click here and send to repeater. Now we got this response in repeater. See, now here what we can do, suppose for example there are so many bugs, right? Not only this. So in most of the bugs we need to modify headers, right? So for example there is I don't remember exactly, yeah, X forwarded header part. So you can type here, for example you want to check so many things here. So x forwarded abroad.com, right? ORWARD. Okay. So this is header, right? So with the help of this header, might be possible this will redirect to somewhere else, right? Because it's working somewhere. So we can check here, right? So we can modify here and we can send, click on send button. So once we modify, suppose we just added this thing and click on send button. So in the response is something which is coming from the server. So from the servers coming, you can see we did some modification here, and based on that modification, what type of response we are getting from server, right? So when we added X forward here, so we are getting this kind of response. So if you want, you can also check response. So response in browser, copy and go to browser and let's see if anything working or not. See, nothing happening. Yeah. So uh, it is not working here. So similarly, you can use different things here if you want to check manually, because every time, for example, if I want to check something, so every time coming here and typing password and everything, clicking here, there, it's quite difficult. So just I will capture the request and go to my Burp Suite and I'll modify accordingly. You can also check from here, right? You can also script here, right? Script, for example, script. So I just, if you want, you can also type any script here. Alert one. Just I'm executing this script and removing X4. Okay, removed. Now you can see, right? If you want, you can just show response in browser, copy, and let's see whether it is executing or not. Yeah. See, it is again executing. So this is just for manual work, most of the manual work. So if you want to modify some parameter or header part, right? So you can use repeater. So what repeater actually do or does, just whatever you request, sorry, whatever you request, based on that request you will see response here. And in the response, if you are familiar with the coding somehow, you can also check here. Yeah, I added something, so I'm getting reflection here, right? For example, script alert. So if I'm getting alert here, right, so you can see you are getting alert, script alert, same here. that means it is executing. So you do not need to use browser here. So most of the professional bug hunter, professional application security person, they generally use Burp Suite without going to browser, because that is taking much more time. So you can use Burp Suite if you are familiar and you feel comfortable using that thing, right? Any question? Now coming to, yeah, attack. So we have seen, yeah, this thing. No, okay. So yeah, yeah, TripAdvisor. Okay, I got one bug in TripAdvisor. So yeah, uh, TripAdvisor. Let's see whether it is working or not. Just advisor, and yeah. So this is TripAdvisor. Just type anything here. Just let Aman, and let's see whether it is reflecting or not. It is reflecting somewhere or not. Yeah, you can see Aman. It is reflecting here, right? So if you right click here and view page source and search for Aman, right? What happened? View page source. You need to search, right? You need to spend, there are 91 Aman position, right? So you need to check where it is reflecting and where I can put my payload, right? So you have to analyze everything. Then what you need to do, just for example, this is here, right? So this was the payload, right? So you can see when I inserted this particular payload, access is already triggered, right? So you need to check, you need to balance accesses. How you can balance accesses? If you are familiar with JavaScript or coding, let me tell you one thing. See, access is very big topic. So yeah, for example, suppose there's some code is written, right? If you are familiar with HTML also, there's some code is written, right? So for example, if you are inserting something, right, and that is coming between this code, right, your script is coming between this code. So suppose script script, right, your script is coming between this code, right? So what you need to do, see, this is open, right? So you need to balance this thing, right? So you need to add this thing before your script, right? So that when you insert your script here, so before your script run, that will close and your script will consider as the independent part, right? Not the part of this particular header or footer or anything, whatever it is, right? So that's why you need to balance your overall script. And one second, let me open. Not go open. Okay, this is TripAdvisor. So my payload was simple. This one was, this one was, I insert my payload. See, XSS is executing, right? Copy, and if I paste here, let's see if it is working or not. It is not working here, but it is working here, right? Sometimes it will not work, sometimes it will work. Why? Because it is self accesses. This is self accesses. So you can see this thing, right? But it is working here. When you yeah, when I remove this part, are you not able to hear me? Am I audible? Okay. Okay. So accesses, see, right? So that's the TripAdvisor accesses. You can also report this in bug crowd. You will get, I don't know what point they will provide, but this will come under duplicate. If you are not able to listen, you can restart your system. Please, anyone, please suggest cause. Might be because of some network issue. He is facing some problem. Now, yeah. So closing this again. Now, coming to second part. We have seen reflect, all those things are reflected. So when access is stored, will execute, right? So for example, let's say this is some kind of you can say post or comment area, right? Comment area, right? For reflection one, before 5 minutes I faced this. Okay, so for the reflection one, right, for the access reflection, you need to share that particular URL to the user or to the victim. But if you talk about comment, right, comment area, what you need to do, you need to just insert your accesses, right, accesses payload that will store in the comment area, right? So for example, let's say for example this is the page, right? Let me show you so you will become more clear. Okay. Let's say for example, yeah, so let's open this one. Okay, so here you can see this is simple like one article. Okay, now if you move at the bottom, you can see some comments here, right? So suppose these are the normal comments, but suppose if someone just inserted XSS script, right, which is designed in such a way that will capture cookie of the visitor and will send to victim, right? So suppose, yeah, this is stored one, because this is going to stored in the website page, right? So whenever I do not need to share anything, I do not need to modify anything, I just inserted my comments, my XSS payload in the website, which is stored in the comment area. And if it is executing, so whenever any person open this particular page, that exact XSS will execute. Okay, understood? That's the XSS. I've explained this in more deeper way in the videos, so you can also check. Now coming to tell once again. Okay, suppose this is website, right? This is your web page, blogging page somewhere, something like that. And in the comment area or anywhere, right, whenever website is storing user data or user information, there is a chance of stored access, because your input is getting stored in the website, right? For example, in the name field also, in the name field, phone number, anywhere, if website is storing your information, sorry, not your information, website is storing any input provided by user, at that place you can execute stored accesses if that area is vulnerable to accesses. How? If we have seen the example of comment area, right? So everyone is putting their comment, right? Suppose if I am hacker, I just inserted my accesses script, right, in page number 12, right? Suppose in page number 12 I have inserted my XSS script. Now suppose for the next time, whenever any other user open this particular page, my script will execute. Why? Because I have inserted my script in the comment area that is persistent to the system, right? That is not going to lost, right? Lost. It is stored in the comment area. So whenever any third person will open this particular thing, he will see that particular script running, right? So that's the part of XSS stored one. Now the thing is, why access is happening? What's the problem? Anyone? Anyone? No. Very first thing is, users are allowed to provide any arbitrary input, right? I am providing my script and it is executing. So for example, if we talk to if we go to here, right? So suppose, for example, I am providing here anything, Aman, just Aman, and you can see if it is uh, working or not. See, it is reflecting here. Okay. Okay, user can able to insert anything. Here you can see Aman is reflecting, right? So suppose if I insert my script here, for example, script, right? Let's see script. So you can see it is reflecting, but it is not executing. Why? Because there's something happening at the back end, right? So very first you need to check if your user input is actual reflecting or not. If it is reflecting, whether the website is checking or not. Let's say, for example, there must be some kind of input validation, right? Input validation, right? I'm not allowed to provide any input with this type of character, this character, this character, this character, right? So if I am able to insert these input, so automatically it get you can say deleted from my actual input, right? So there must be kind of input validation, and there are so many ways, right? So basically we need to check user input. If user is allowed to provide any kind of input, that means that particular site might be vulnerable to XSS attack. And we can input in validation, we can use input validation, input centralization, right? There are so many steps, and the concepts of all these steps is user input should be checked, right? If I'm providing ABC, okay. If I'm providing some kind of script, then that will not going to insert in my website. So we need to validate and check each and every input in XSS. I hope it's clear.